What's up, YouTube? This is DEFCON 3 Security coming at you from somewhere here on Spaceship Earth. As you can see, I'm in my spacesuit, which indicates I'm working. I'm on my break right now, so thought I would make a quick video. In this particular video, there is no core message. I just basically felt like talking, and I know sometimes you guys ask me to put out a video. So I didn't really have any content, man. And I thought for a minute, I'm like, hey, let me just address like the last 6 questions or comments that I got on my comment section. So these are in no particular order. They may like mean nothing to you. Some of them are kind of like, I don't know, they're just random. So I thought I would just address the last 6 comments just so I have something to talk about. Anyways, one of the comments, and I'm not going to say any names, one of the comments says, and I'm reading it off my screen, by the way. It says, armed is a bigger threat. A robber is more likely to shoot you because you have a gun. Yes, that's true. But they're also less likely to shoot at you because you have a gun. They're less likely to try to rob that place. So I don't know how that saying goes, right? Like something on 2 sides to a coin, right? So there's 2 sides to the coin in this particular situation, I guess. Yeah, I mean, having a firearm in some regards demands respect. There's a certain responsibility you yield when you carry a firearm, and you essentially do become the most powerful person in that small vicinity when you have a firearm. And some people respect that, and they're like, damn, you know, this guy's armed. Why would I start trouble? On the other hand, it does open you up to get shot. I mean, if somebody's going to rob the place, they're not going to come with a knife. If you have a gun, they're going to come with a gun. So they're going to try to meet force with force. So, you know, there's some truth to that statement. Armed is a bigger threat to a robber, more likely to shoot you. I mean, I guess so, yeah. But you're not going to catch me without a gun, that's for sure. When I'm on my post, I have earned the right to carry this gun. It's embedded within the Constitution, of course, but more importantly, I went through the proper training and channels to be able to carry this. And, you know, it's just another tool on my belt that is rarely used. I've always felt like it's a visual deterrent, that's for sure. That's why I have a shiny gun. That's why I make sure it's visible so that people know that I'm armed and there's no mistake about it. Incidentally, as I'm talking here, there's 2 mice or rats, one of those 2. They keep coming up to me because I've been, well, I guess I shouldn't be, but they've been sharing lunch with me. And they seem to know my smell or something, so whenever I come in here, they start to come out, and there's 2 of them. And I give them little treats, and I can hear them right now rustling against something trying to get my attention, which is kind of funny. Alright, just another random comment. Again, these were the last 6 comments that I received in the last, I don't know, few hours or something. Somebody just wrote, homicide is up 80% this year. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, I don't know, where are we talking? Somalia? It's up 80% this year? Not in the United States. Not 80%. It's definitely up though. If you look at the statistics, violent crime, robberies, assault on officers, it is definitely up. Matter of fact, that, you know what? Come to think of it, in some areas it could be up 80%. So I might be wrong on that. But again, just another reason to be armed. Even more reason to wear your vest. I am a huge proponent of wearing a vest. And we'll get into that in a minute because somebody actually asked a question about that. So yeah, guy, you know, homicide is up. It's good for business. There's a bigger need for more officers and more guards. So go out there and apply. Strike when the iron is hot. Alright, question number 3. Security is the best job while in school. Hey man, I couldn't agree more. You know, when I was in college, I remember working at a factory that cut metal, and I did that during a graveyard shift. So I would work from 9 at night till 9 in the morning. I would cut metal all night, and then at 9 in the morning, I would drive to school. I get there by like 10:30. I think my first class started at 11. I'd probably grab something to eat before that. And then from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, I would go to college. And it was, I think it was like part-time. I was doing like 10 units or something. Maybe 8 units. I forget what part-time is. But it was difficult, man. And then, you know, it left me very little time to do my schoolwork. And I struggled, man. Had I known about security, you know, man, I would have done security any day. Now, granted, working at that metal shop paid good. Even back then, I knew my worth. I knew my value. And I valued my time. But I will say that it was a struggle. In retrospect, what I would have done is I would have gotten a security job that was a really easy post where you just sit in your vehicle all day or sit at a desk, and you know, you're basically, you've got all the time in the world. You just sit there, and there's the only thing you gotta watch is make sure nobody goes through that one door, and while you're doing that, you can sit back and read a book or study. And I guess in some regards you get paid to study, right? So yeah, you're right, man. Security is the best job for a student. All right, somebody else wrote, well, Christian M, we'll throw your name out there, and I'm sorry I'm reading this. He said he's going to try and make a channel, but he's going to make his content original. So I've been talking to Christian. He's some dude, Christian M. You'll see him on some of my comments. He wants to start his own YouTube channel, but he was hesitant because he says everything's already been done. And I've mentioned this in another video. Yes, everything has already been done on YouTube, but everything hasn't been done by different people, right? When you purchase something, let's say you're gonna buy a new car, you're not gonna just look at one review, you're gonna look at multiple reviews, and you're gonna see different people's point of views on it. And that's, you know, that's what people do. So it's okay, man. If somebody's already done it, then redo it again and do it better. You know, watch like 5 videos and then mix it around and find the best points in it, and then regurgitate that material and make it better than what you heard, you know, somewhere else. I say go ahead and do it. Once you do, let me know. I'll shout out to you, and maybe we'll link your channel and we'll get people to take a look at it, and hopefully it's good, man. All right, do companies pay for training in Enamel? Generally no. Here's the deal, guys. I mean, I've battled with this as well. There's been times where I've been really upset that my company doesn't offer extracurricular activities in the form of training, and you know, they don't buy you bulletproof vests. There's a lot of things that they don't do, but you know, as you know, I'm a regional manager for my company, and I've come to find that there's a lot of turnaround in this industry. And because of that, it would not be cost effective to spend thousands of dollars to train somebody only to have them leave like a week later, or 2 weeks later they get fired for not showing up on the job or sleeping on the job, or you get what I'm saying. So I can see from an employer's point of view, it's not cost effective and it's a risk. I do think that companies should loan out vests, and you basically have to return it to get your last paycheck. Now I do know there's some rules against that, like you can't withhold a paycheck, so the company could send you to collections, but that's a lengthy process. But you see where I'm going. So yeah, it would be nice if a company did pay for training, but at the end of the day, it's sort of up to you to, you know, you're like a carpenter, right? You got to bring your own tools. You got to learn how to do the trade before you apply for the job. So think about it, right? A carpenter, you know, they're going to expect you to know these things before you apply. Well, the same with security. You know, they're going to say, well, do you know how to be a guard? And your response is yes, and they're like, great, you're hired. They don't really expect you to say no, but will you guys train me? And yeah, there is always entry-level jobs in security, but and I don't know if I'm making myself clear about that, but at the end of the day, you are expected to do your own training. I encourage people to get to the range at least every 4 months, if not more, but definitely every 4 months. You know, we do have to requalify every 6 months with our firearms, at least here we do in California. So, you know, you do get training. I would encourage you to find a ranch maybe to shoot at. And, you know, I'm going to make a whole different video on this, but honestly, out of everybody that's going to watch this channel now, I don't think there's that many of you guys, including myself with this current firearm. I don't think there's many of you guys out there that have rapid fired your firearm. You know, when I go to the range, I am only allowed to shoot like 1 round every second. If I go faster than that, the range master calls me out and says, hey, lane number 7, do not rapid fire. So we don't really ever learn how to rapid fire. And if we ever got in a scenario where we needed to rapid fire our gun, we might be shocked at what happens, you know. That recoil of just rapid firing can be overwhelming. So I encourage you to find a ranch or somewhere where it's zoned agriculture and you can shoot as much as you want and practice rapid firing, or maybe take some tactical classes where you can at least once in your life fire your weapon rapid fire, so you know what it feels like in case an emergency calls. I'm going to make a whole different video on that, though. I think that's really important. And last, somebody wrote, should an unarmed guard, here, I can't read it because my phone's in the way. Should an unarmed guard still wear a vest? Absolutely, man. You know, we wear a vest just for a number of reasons. One, just to indicate that we are, in some regards, an authority figure. We wear a vest, obviously, because they're bullet resistant, right? There's no bulletproof vest out there, only bullet resistant. But we also wear a vest because a lot of them on the market are stab proof. I know I have a trauma plate right here. It's stab proof. It's taser proof. So there's a lot of qualities to it. It also keeps you warm. And I'm so used to, like, when I get my keys, I always just throw them right inside my vest. You know, it acts as a little pocket. But there's more reasons to wearing a vest than just, you know, using it as a shield for bullets. So if you are unarmed, absolutely. Maybe even more of a reason to wear a vest. If you're unarmed, then you really are at the mercy of somebody shooting. And since you can't shoot back, you can at least have some sort of, you know, defense to you since you are not in a position to have an offense. So there you go, guys. Hey, man, I think this worked out pretty cool. Just answering the last 6 questions gives me content, and I can get out there and talk and maybe just hit a few points every day. So I might start doing this more often instead of sitting here and thinking, like Christian M said, you know, everything's already been talked about, and maybe do some live videos. So there you go, guys. Hey, know your worth, know your value, value your time, and above all, be safe.